Hello, hello. Happy Monday. Happy August. Can't really believe it's August already. And, hi, ma'am. Hi, Cyclone. How is everyone? Hope you're all well. Happy Horse's birthday. I don't follow. Doing good until I saw part of my previous stream was muted, so now I'm gonna crusade to make pure non-copyright playlist. Oh, right, muted from DMCA things and content ID, yeah. It's a hassle. I got burned once, and now I'm pretty much just sticking to Stream Beats by Harris Heller and the OC remix. And I have occasionally pulled in bits from Incompetech, Kevin MacLeod. Stream Beats got you muted? That's insane, ma'am. That's not supposed to happen. August 1st, horses wear many hats. They can be working animals, trail horses, polo ponies, race horses, or compete in equestrian sport. But on August 1st, all horses will be wearing an imaginary party hat as they celebrate their birthday. Well, happy birthday to all horses. Today I learned. So far, MIDI and game soundtracks have worked for me. Hello, Sonneveld. How are you? Welcome on in. You can't be too careful with game soundtrack, though, either, Sonneveld. I remember people were getting claimed for Mass Effect music because EA, in their infinite wisdom, decided they wanted... I think they've been working on a Mass Effect movie or something? And as a consequence, gave the IP rights to Time Warner or something for the music. Enjoy the look, Cyclone. And as a consequence, Time Warner just added it bulk to their content ID system, and then people were getting strikes just for playing the game. So that was fun. Oh dear, Arch is streaming Mass Effect. Yeah, I don't know if they fixed it now or not, but it was around some release time of the remaster. When King's Quest VI Skill in the Tower played, I was worried that would be picked up. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I'm not particularly pleased with the whole content ID system. It stopped me from uploading my Gorillaz episode. That not for music, but for the background video I'd picked. But we live and learn. We'll just have to do something that's completely not infringing next time. But yeah, the thing that originally got me averse to it was the Christmas episode where I played Dishonored 2. Because it was Christmas, I decided, some Christmassy-themed game music should be fine. Ragnarok Online has a bunch of Christmas tunes. It's game music, it's Twitch, it should be fine, right? And it was fine for Twitch, but not for YouTube, because someone had decided to upload their own stuff to YouTube where Ragnarok Online's White Christmas was playing in the background, and he sang along on top of it, and then he claimed that was his own, and the Content ID system was like, yep, okay, you own this for all eternity now. But I suppose it's better than just getting everything shut down with lawyers getting involved if we give the big IP companies some outlet to enforce their demands on us. It's like how Benners used to play the most mysterious song on the internet and got a copyright strike, even though no one knows who actually owns it. Oh, that's amazing, isn't it? At least sometimes they'll give you an idea of why, the reason behind it, and a link to the original owner's version of it. I wonder if digital historians will be able to make use of that in the future, where we've no idea who made this composition, but let's put it on YouTube and see if YouTube knows. Anyway, thank you all for coming in. Let's do some shout-outs. We've got Memela here, who is currently getting dinner going. But Memela, I can talk. I'm going to be talking for hours. It's fine. Is part of the Stream Shed. and that's also part of the Discord that I now am a partial member of. Come along, it's quite wholesome. It's quite wholesome and hosey. Yeah, definitely. I have totally woken up today and am able to stream and talk for lengthy periods. This is fine. This is fine. Get it together, Neko. Oh, the invite URL expired? Oh, I thought I'd set it for, like, in perpetuity, but let's have a look. Boo, it's invalid. Let me go get you a fresh one. How do I get this? This channel's proved. Send a server invite link to a friend. Hidden use copy button. Try that one. I'll have to update things later. Oh, this one does expire in 7 days. Right. Can I make... Alright, yeah, I can fix up a more permanent link later. Silly Neko doesn't know how to use Discord. Such a boomer. Anywho. Who else have we got here? We've got Cyclone, who is lurking at the moment. Cyclone is nearly at affiliate. That's fun. And plays some fun games like Borderlands 2. And is also our Streamer Shed Streamer Spotlight for August. Everyone knows Sonneveld. Sonneveld does cool retro streams. And this weekend? Yeah, this weekend is going to be doing a Keen race on the G-Funks channel along with MCC. Alright. So, Ultima. Let's play some Ultima 7 because it's been 2 weeks. Oh yeah, the race with the Keen, of course. I'm actually very hyped for that. That's going to be cool. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks since we played Ultima 7. And we're pretty much where we left off. I have reorganized everyone's inventories. Spark is now carrying a bucket of blood and another bucket of blood, one of which is actually his father's blood, and the other is just some pig's blood or cow's blood that we got from Morphin in Paws. And some gold bars. We should exchange those for real money at some point, but we're not in any hurry right now. No worries, man. Anytime. We just have a 5-minute timer on Discord. You'll be able to do everything after the timer completes. Oh, interesting. So it's like you can't just join and then immediately start spamming. That makes sense. I've actually had some ideas about how we might protect the Discord from like hate raiders as well. But that's like maybe longer term plan with my bot and things like that, where I could redirect people through a link that we can lock off if there's a raid going on. So yeah, for my own inventory I've got magic ingredients and potions and quest items all lumped into the one bag here, because you can't really fit more than 2 sub-containers. And I'm currently holding on to all of the gold. We might change that later once we find someone else to hold things. And YOLO here is our food guy. He can just hold all of the food. And with that, we can actually just about carry everything we want to and still move around. There we go, just did a lo-fi playlist. Oh yeah, there's also a fun lo-fi one I've used sometimes called Closed on Sundays. They do lo-fi versions of things like Animal Crossing tunes. Happy Light, welcome on in. Hello, thank you for the hydrate. Also, yeah, hit rates would be the worst, especially from me with my tags and whatnot. 8 raiders will go after everyone. They ironically don't discriminate, really. And it's best that I think everyone has some sort of protection. So, we're on the top of Castle Britannia. Castle Britain? I guess it's Castle Britain, because we're in Britain. And we've raided Lord British's personal stash for a spellbook and some gold and armor and stuff. And then we've got this other little room here that I suppose we could raid, but there's actually not a lot of stuff that we want right now. Plate armor's nice, but if you've got magic armor, then why bother, right? And I think since we're in Britain, our first stop should be recruiting some friends to join the party. Because with just the 3 of us, inventory space is at a premium. Oi James, remember the puzzle game you once streamed? What's the name? I want to play it. It's called Heartlight. It was originally, I think, for the Amiga, but the DOS version I played was called Heartlight PC. Love how the game looks like it's been weaved or sewn. Yeah, ma'am, about that. So I've been trying out a shader, and I was a little annoyed that when I checked my VOD back afterwards, the encoder doesn't really like it. It looks okay on my DOSBox preview. It looks glorious on my actual main monitor. It's basically emulating a CRT phosphor, shader thing. So you've got little dots to smooth things out, how you would actually experience it back in the day. And it's not as janky and pixelated. Not a lot of retro streamers go for that look, and I know why now, because the encoder really has a hard time of it. If we just kind of sit in place, then maybe you'll notice some blockiness and artifacts. But generally, I find as long as you're looking at it at a decent resolution, the effect is quite nice. And I'm going to stick with it, but I might experiment here and there with a few other alternatives. So here's the Mint. No one's home at the moment. We don't even know what time it is. We should go find Shamino, or Shamino, and get that pocket watch off him. But here's where you could exchange gold bars for coins and things like that. Empress! Welcome on in. How are you? Since you probably won't do it for yourself, have a shout out. Empress Vel is the friend I have conned into being my mod here. And she is also a streamer and does all sorts of cool things, like House Flipper and what have you. To be honest, I most likely would have. Well, glad to have you here. She normally streams on Thursday nights, and yeah, House Flipper, it's been very chill, very cool. Hope to see you then. Hugs Flapper, not House Flipper. Get with it, James. Love to flap those hugs. So we're just wandering around Britain, and we want to go to the tavern, because one of the classic core party members that you generally pick up in Ultima games, we've got YOLO here. The next one to pick up is Shamino? I mean, we always called him Shamino back in the day when we were kids, but I think actually the official games have later voiced him as being called Shamino. But whatever. He's not going to be in the party too long. Change your color, mate, Empress Vel. We're not doing this again. There's only a limited number of colors to go around. We'll have to make do. Alright, here we go with the reading. Let's see how long lasts this time. Your old friend Shamino stands before you, and you marvel that he has finally progressed into what some might call middle age. Name? Your friend looks at you like you've lost your head. 'Tis Shamino. Shamino. And what do you do? I should hope 'twould be adventuring with thee. I am weary of loitering about Britain. There is much we could be accomplishing. Where hast thou been, anyway? But please, tell me what brings thee here. What have I been accomplishing? Well, I do not know if thou art aware, but we are having many problems with magic in general, and with the Moongates. Magic? Magic all over Britannia seems to be disturbed. Say, dost thou remember Nicodemus in the Great Forest? He has gone mad and is terribly silly. Perhaps we should visit him. Perhaps we should. You ordered some egg sandwich, some drinks, and cottage cheese wrap for lunch. Yum! Sounds nice, Happy. I'll rate this. Kensington something something. Oh, docking station. Is that a pie or a cat sleeping? That is Poppy. She is sleeping in her flan bed. Let's have a closer look, shall we? Go to the Just Catting stream. So that's a bed that I bought off eBay, which came with a bunch of little soft plush fruits to make like a fruit flan, and the cat can fill in the rest. Of course, Poppy is getting quite big, and she tends to just fill up the whole flan, so the toys are scattered around the floor. And I've also installed a small heating pad, so she spends pretty much all of winter in there. What's up with the Moongates? I'm confounded by their inability to function properly. This is with, like, Lord British 2 weeks ago gave us his Orb of the Moons and said, here, you can borrow it. By the way, last time we tried to use it, someone entered the Moongate and their body instantly shattered into a million pieces. But I'm sure you'll be fine. So, looking forward to that. I thought you were a dog person, James. No. Have you not seen my emotes? Also, we need a better webcam for Poppy. Can we throw and give James a webcam? Actually, I recently upgraded it. It's just a second-hand phone. The problem at the moment is that the phone's taking it in landscape mode, but with this camera, it's now a sort of more portrait orientation. Like, look, go back to the cat screen again. That's the whole thing. Okay, I mean, it's not amazing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade to the Droid Cam X, and that might improve things a bit. Because you're such abuse at times, I thought you were a dog person. No, all cats, all the time here, Happy. So anyway, there was this murder intrinsic, which is, in theory, the main plot that we're trying to solve. Shimino listens as you tell him the story. I would be honored to join and help thee in investigating this matter. Okay, would you like to join then? Shimino looks relieved. I am so glad thou didst ask me that. He gathers his gear and prepares to follow you. What about Britain? Yes, I've been in Britain as of late, attempting to find work. Thou dost know that adventuring comes around too infrequently. One must find other diversions. Which reminds me, I have thy pocket watch. Pocket watch? Thou didst leave it when I did last visit Britannia. Here it is. Which apparently was 200 years ago, from their point of view. Awesome. We've got the pocket watch. Which is really all we wanted Shamina for. It's 8:25 p.m. We could sit at the inn and have some meal. It's really cool how all of the NPCs have schedules in this game. Oh, here we go. It's another barmaid. This young, lovely tavern wench is sexy and sweet. Thank you. Thank you, game. What's your name? Jeanette, at their service. And what do you do? I work for Lucy at the Blue Boar. I serve food and drinks. If there's anything thou wouldst like, please say so. And I'll give you a discount if thou dost buy from me. Let's have a drink. Thou dost look like thou dost need a good drink, right? What on earth is a visa mount? It's a mounted visa. Ah, yes, Happy's explained it. I don't need to elaborate. Visa is just a standards body like ISO, and visa mount in the context of a monitor is like the specific pattern of holes that's drilled at the back that lets you attach a different arm so you can move the monitor around. I mean, you've played House Flipper and looked around the back of things and like, oh yeah, you've got to screw these in this order. Oh yeah, the wavelength you've linked will do you perfectly. Oh, it's a claw. Yes, it's a claw. Does this game have any sound? Sound should have been coming through. It's just it's not a lot right now. It's probably a bit soft. Let's bump it up very slightly. We've just got some birds at the moment. What was like to drink? Buy. What was like to buy? Let's have, I don't know, ale. Ale sells for 4 gold a bottle. Yes. Done. Wow, you only sell individuals at a time? Let's not go through that dialogue tree multiple times just for the sake of some fake booze, but here we go. Avatar gets to drink, everyone else gets to watch. So we could go and talk to all of these various people who have happened to come to the tavern. But we have more adventuring to do. Specifically, I think... Oh, Shimino, you've offered to donate 16 gold coins to us. How nice. And some meat. Oh, Captain Sumi! Hello! War James, you're in a castle. Well, this is actually a tavern. But the castle here in Britain... fake Ultima World's Britain, not Britain and England. England and Britain. The castle we've got here is Lord British's castle. And people who have played on the Streamshed Minecraft server might discover an odd similarity to the layout. We've got a nice courtyard here, which I still need to build in Minecraft. And we've got the throne room corridor there, and then the big throne there, and the royal bedroom here. Yeah, I've tried to build this on the Streamshed Minecraft server. And thank you, Empress, for the shout out. Look at all these beautiful people in here, right? It is really nice to see you all here and get to show off one of my favorite games. When do we eat? Oh no, people are getting hungry again. Well, we were just in a tavern, but I suppose we could just eat a bunch of rations right here in the street. This is probably the hardest boss in the game, is battling everyone's hunger. We won't bother feeding Shimino, because he's not staying long, don't worry. No worries, hashtag best mod. Well, you're the only mod, but also you are the best. This one only has DisplayPort, WebLink, 2 DisplayPort, 4 USB, which is better. Sorry about the link, James, lol. That's fine, mem. You'll have noticed already, well, I mean, you wouldn't have because you're a VIP, so you're allowed to post links. But I don't have any rules on link posting right now. My intention is to set up my bot again to do it myself the way I want to. And ultimately the rule is just going to be, if you've been here before, you're allowed to post links. And if you're just coming into the channel and spamming a link as the first thing you do, you're probably a bot, and you can just get banned or timed out. 2 HDMI, 1 HDMI port. Future-proofing if you ever get a second monitor that has DP. Yeah, I love DP. DP's the great. Best. So here we are at the Fellowship Hall, and the Fellowship Hall plays quite a significant role in the plot of the game. Here's Batlin. He's the main preacher guy. Let's attend the whole ceremony at least once, just so we know what's up. Also, Soz James, I hijacked the chat. That's fine, Empress. I am just happy there is a chat. And frankly, with all the reading I have to do in this game, if you all are having a fun conversation along the side, I'm fine with that. That's great, because I don't have to constantly keep checking chat and then checking this other stuff. It's a very text-heavy game. The ceremony begins as Batlin stands before the gathered Fellowship members. The hall fills with thunderous cheers. They look at him with a mixture of awe and sheer adoration. This isn't fun, James. I am stressed. What? No, you have no gluten. You have potatoes, though. I am also sorry, James, for posting emotes. They're good emotes. And now I'm stressed. Lol. Try and suffer through it, Empress. No gluten is pretty rough, I'm sure. Have some chocolate. Chocolate doesn't have gluten, right? Assuming it's not a chocolate biscuit. Batlin stands and basks in the warm reception for a moment, a triumphant smile on his face. With a slight gesture of his hand, the crowd becomes quiet. It's good to see you here this evening, Batlin says. Do we need to do a voice for Batlin? He's pretty central. Also, I'm currently making some rice pudding. Yum yum. Surely you make me feel proud to be part of what we lovingly call the Fellowship. There is another eruption of applause. In thine heart be glad, for thou dost walk with the Fellowship. The people of Britannia live a fevered state of illusionary thoughts and emotions, but those whom I look upon here tonight are seekers of what is good and true in the world. They walk the path which leads to becoming truly cognizant, but how dost thou find the way? Ask any Fellowship member, and they will tell thee the path to complete awareness is easy to find. One must apply one's life the triad of inner strength. The triad of inner strength is a series of 3 values that can bring the mind to a perfect state of sanguine cognition. The first value is strive for unity. When the totality of the people of the world want to accomplish something, then it becomes done. Thus, once the people of the world all strive towards the same ends, there is nothing that is impossible. Just think of it. A world where any dream can be fulfilled, any good can be achieved. But as thou can see plainly by looking at our own sad society, when the people of the world are disunited, it is a miracle that anything is accomplished. The second value is trust thy brother. Thou must surrender thy fear, prejudice, and suspicion. Look to thine own self. Garlic bread is gluten. Yes, Happy. You can get gluten-free garlic bread. I avoid it. I feel it's probably not as good, but I'm sure you can get it. Before thou dost question anything, question thyself. The world is a place where the balances of nature are at work to protect thee every second without thee even realizing it. What canst thou accomplish in this world if thou dost spend all thy time questioning thy brother? Is he working as hard as I? What are his true motivations? As thou dost waste time and energies wondering, he sees thee and starts wondering these same things about thee. Thus is the world diminished. The third value is worthiness precedes reward. There is not one among us who is without desire. Much of the misery in the world can be traced to unfulfilled desires. But one moment, why dost thou deserve what thou dost desire? Most people get what they are worthy of in this life. If thou art not worthy of thy desire, then thou shouldst not be surprised if thy desires are unfulfilled. If thou dost become worthy, only then thou hast become open to fulfilling thy desires. Desire is a strange thing. Many long for things they do not really want. What they really desire is worthiness itself. I have just told thee all that thou dost need to follow the triad of inner strength. The lessons are simple. The true measure of thine understanding comes in how absolutely thou wilt apply them to thy life. Thou now knowest all thou wilt ever need. Thou dost not need the arcane knowledge of the dying art of magic. Thou dost not need the unsure hand of the healer and his limited knowledge. All thou wilt ever need is to continuously seek out the best in thyself, and to live amongst those that would do the same. Only then art thou truly walking with the Fellowship. Now I think would be a good time to hear the words of our fellow members. James, do you play RuneScape? No, I missed out on RuneScape. My OG MMO was Ragnarok Online. And I wanted to get into, for example, EverQuest, and Ultima Online was a big one. But at the time I did not pay for my own internet, so that was not going to happen. To hear them share with us how the Fellowship has been bringing positive change to their lives. The Fellowship has shown me that I was afraid of myself, and that I had to open myself up to life's experiences, says Candace. The Fellowship helps me be more honest with people, says Patterson. This is hilarious for reasons that we will discover later. Thank thee for sharing, Patterson. The Fellowship has taught me how to better perform my duties as caretaker of the Royal Orchards, says Fig. The Fellowship has taught me to first and foremost treat people with respect, says Gay. After joining the Fellowship, I learned how to be a man's man, says Grayson. I don't know what he refers to by that, but okay. The Fellowship is helping me back from the brink of personal and financial oblivion, says Gordon. Right thou art, brother! The Fellowship has freed me from the illusion, the appeals of mediocrity, says Sean. In the Fellowship, I'm learning that I need to devote my life to a special purpose, says Millie. This whole ceremony and everyone in it doth give me the willies, says Spark. Man's manners in Brotherhood? Don't know. I mean, they do like the whole Brotherhood thing here in the Fellowship. It is a sad thing to see so many people who have nothing else better in their lives than blindly following this dubious spiritual leader. Yeah, you'll want to talk, Yola. You follow me around all the time. It is a sad thing that Britannia has fallen so far as to leave itself open to a group like this Fellowship. Well, you're overly judgy there, Shamina, but in this instance you are actually completely correct. They are a cult. From watching Batlin and the others, you get the feeling that the Fellowship ceremony is going to last long into the night. Now would be a good moment to slip away without drawing too much attention to yourself. Alright, so we've picked up Shamino. And yeah, he's one of the 3 main companions that you get in the Ultima games. But we're going to ditch him in favour of someone else. Avatar, they're doing a play about thee. Well, not right now they're not, because it's late at night, but this is the... hang on, let's turn the streetlight on. This is the Royal Theatre. And if we came here during the daytime, we could meet some people doing a play. Enjoy the lurk, ma'am. I should probably make that a bit quieter. Like, when people want to lurk, they generally want to lurk more subtly. Why am I getting a combat noise from up here? Oh, it's probably the kraken in the lake. What was I saying? Yes, so Shamino's girlfriend works here as an actress, and she plays Sherry the Mouse in a play that they do about the Avatar's exploits from 200 years ago. It's kind of funny. BRB, no worries, Empress. Lurk just to check the sound effect. No worries, Happy. I did add a bunch of sound effects that people might enjoy spamming the crap out of until I get annoyed and then remove them all. But yeah, here at nighttime, the moat around the castle sometimes has this terrible kraken monster in it. And I don't think we're necessarily good enough to survive it yet. We're still, like, low level. But some combat would be useful to get into, because one thing I wanted to do, at least in this stream, was have a look at everyone's stats and work out how experience works. Sounds. Why did that not work for you, Happy? There you go. Okay, that's something to debug. Sounds did not work for Happy Light. They're in the sidebar anyway.
What's a paladin?
What's a paladin indeed? Your knowledge of the land shall be great. Oh, we've got the... Oh yeah, there we go. Tentacle monster. So maybe not with this thing, but I wanted to keep track of everyone's XP level. 271, 03, 135, 200. And then just see how XP gets distributed. Because I never... You remember that from Velstream? Nice. I remember, like, you know, when we played this at the time as kids, the whole XP and level and training and mana and hits were kind of obscure and, like, difficult to understand what they all related to each other with. And you would go to a trainer and you could improve your stats sometimes, but not always, because you had to have training points available. And how that related to your experience and level is a bit sort of, you know, difficult to understand. And I actually don't know in this game whether experience gets shared throughout the whole party, or if it's just like whoever gets the hits. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to tell Spark to flee. No, hang on. There should be a button here for not do anything. Oh yeah, defend. Hang on. We went past it. And of course it's dark, so it's affected the ability for me to see the user interface here. Switch combat on. To the death! There we go. We beat the Kraken. It'll be back another night, but we beat it for now. Where's a street light? Let's put some lights on so we can see our own stuff. Not many games do this, you know, like, if I look in my inventory right now, I have to poke through a really dark bag. That's a realism you don't often get in games these days. But what I wanted to look at was who actually got XP from that. Shamina got XP, and I think Aolo did, but I don't think Poggers did. Poggers, of course, is the name of the avatar. So that's interesting. It might be doing it based on who actually got the shots in. No, hang on. Sparks, stats. Yes, not changed. And if that's the case, then it's not too bad if we wanted a big party. But if it shares it between all of the party members, then we probably want to keep the party small. I'll tell you what, since it's late at night, and the time is 11:08 PM, let's go give the Mayor Patterson a visit. He's the man in the Fellowship that was saying honesty was the best course of action. So this is the Mayor's house. Oh, they might still be at the Fellowship meeting. We've found a clove of garlics. Yoink. Spell ingredients. We're gonna need them. Oh, yeah, and there's the, there's 2 tentacle monsters now. Okay. I mean, let's go at it, shall we?
What's a paladin?
Hey, Sonneveld. Yeah, I had to include the paladin sound effect because there's a YouTuber called the Spoony One who did a big long series of Ultima playthroughs, and I'm still at 271 experience. I think I actually have to get a hit in if I want to get experience. Those that don't know, he played through all of them, and when you get to Ultima 9, it kind of loses the plot. And it's kind of a betrayal of everything that the series has stood for, because the Avatar, the Paladin of Virtue, like you play as a Paladin, has to ask someone in the game, what's a Paladin? Among other crazy sort of weird law-breaking things that go on, and complete disregard for, yes, hello, away with thee. Is this the mayor's wife? Swarm, earthly... Word is spread quickly of thine arrival, Avatar. Welcome. What's your name? I am Miranda. And what do you do? I serve on the Great Council. Today we are working on a bill of law. When I'm not here in the castle, I am kept busy with a young child. You're not in the castle, lady. You're confused. I mean, to be fair, I woke you up in the middle of the night, but... what child? Miranda smiles. Yes, my son's name is Max. I wonder where he could be. He is quite obviously his father's son. Perhaps thou hast met him? Raimundo, the director of the Royal Theatre. We believe Max will be quite a performer when he's older. That's lovely. Bye. We shall see thee again soon, I hope, Avatar. Yeah, that's not the mayor's wife. Or just having the Avatar ask about gargoyles, even though they're the main plot in Ultima VI, yes. I guess the best explanation is that he hit his head near the end of Ultima 8. Yeah. Like he did all of that weird necromancy magic and things in Ultima 8. Actually, you know what? When the Guardian drops him into the lake at the start of Ultima 8, he probably hit the water pretty hard. That'd give him a pretty heavy concussion. Also, we're talking about the Avatar as though it's a he, and yet you can plainly see that the Avatar is a woman. 7 and 7 Part 2, I think, being the only games that even let you change the Avatar's gender like that. So here we are at a house that is not the mayor's house. And there's a woman here that we won't talk to just yet. Because I think actually maybe we have to wait for a bit longer. 12:29 AM. Okay, let's wander the streets at night for a bit longer. We could go visit our old friend Sentry, who is another companion we could pick up. Oh, and in case people were wondering, can you pet the dog in Ultima 7? You can! But I'm more interested in... Oh my lord. There. I still haven't gained experience. Not that I need too much experience as the Avatar, because if we do the expansion pack later, then things are going to get pretty wild. But I do need the levels if I want to be able to cast spells. I liked the original plot idea of Ultima 9, where British admonishes the Avatar for ignoring those virtues in 8, essentially leaving that world godless. Yeah, that would actually be a really good fit. Especially considering the sort of stuff we're going to get up to here in Ultima 7 is not going to be particularly virtuous. I can give you that much of a spoiler already, Sonneveld. 4, 5, and 6 were the big ones, like the big arc of the Agent of Enlightenment. And then 7, 8, and 9 is just like, yeah, the Avatar just sort of breaks into people's houses and steals things. This is an inn. Where's Sentry? Over here? Trainer, yep. So Sentry's an interesting companion to have around because he also doubles as a skill trainer. But I think he just trains combat skill. What art thou doing here? Yeah, we're here to recruit you. You see a dashing, slender man, stylishly dressed, with a lot of flair. What's your name? Thou dost not remember me? I am Sentry. We've gone adventuring together in the past. What do you do? When I'm not adventuring with old friends... I am a trainer in Britain. I specialize in combat involving swordsmanship. I'm quite good at that, as thou dost remember. But I would drop everything to join thy group, if thou art not too encumbered. Yeah, would you like to join? Sentry bows. I'm very pleased to join thy group. Cool, bye. Now that you're on the team, of course, you'll want to help us out with whatever you can. Who has a torch? We need more light in this place. Spark, do you have light? Yeah. We'll just use the flaming sword for the moment. So Sentry's got this key in his drawer. and the key opens his armory, and we can raid that for, like, you know, whatever. But I guess we'll give it to him since that's like his stuff, and we'll replace it with better stuff later. Here you go, some plate armor, some plate leggings. Don't hold it in your hand, wear them on your feet. Great helm, no, that was slot. Sword, gauntlets. That's about it. Alright. What time is it now? 1:36 AM. I suspect we're still early for Mayor Patterson's night visit. Let's just break into people's houses at random, see what's going on. What art thou doing here? You see an authoritative-looking older man who looks at you with thoughtful concern. What's your name? My name is Kessler. Ah, yes, the apothecary. Venom? Kessler examines the vials carefully. He looks up at you and nods. This is indeed silver snake venom. I shall pay thee 50 gold coins per vial. All right? No, this is mine. Very well. Yeah, Kessler will buy snake venom from you, and at first that might seem like a nice little moneymaker, but they are far more valuable to us in their potent chemical form. I run the apothecary shop here in Britain. The way that the game has both Britain, the city, and Britannia, the continent, keeps tripping me up when I'm trying to pronounce it. Because the inflection right at the end has to change at the last moment. Apothecary? While the normal function of an apothecary is to administer potions and magical reagents, I'm nowadays working almost exclusively for Lord British trying to study a specific problem. And what problem is that? Recently there has been a dramatic rise in the use of a very strange substance. People have begun to purposefully ingest the venom of the silver snake. Ingest it? The silver snake produces a venom that is extremely poisonous, but when taken in less than lethal amounts, it causes a variety of strange effects. So it's basically like botulism. People can use it for facelift or things like that. What are these effects? For a time, the venom will heighten one's physical and mental performance, such as allowing one to work harder, for example. But after the effects have worn off, it will impair the user permanently. It first makes the user feel extremely tired, and eventually causes a slowing of the skin. Sloughing? Sloughing, yeah. The venom is a dangerous substance, and thou shouldst not partake of it under any circumstances, except when we're playing around for science. Alright, bye. It was good speaking with thee, milady. Of course, we're trying to kill time here, but time does not advance when we're talking to people. So that's tricky. What art thou doing here? We're just kind of poking around in people's houses, it's fine. You see a flamboyant-looking gentleman. He is very cheerful and outgoing, greeting you with a smile and a wave. And what are you? Oh dear. From out the dawn when sun doth rise, until next morn when moon doth go, I answer to thy beck and cries, thine humble servant Caroccio. Okay, bye. Perchance to find in mercy's ear a voice to know as gentle friend, I bid thee well, but hark return, if thou wouldst see the puppets play, or test thy strength again. Flee! Okay, that's the person who runs the little carnival show that we passed earlier. You can test our strengths and things, but I don't think you really get anything from it. Unless there's a quest item we need later. Yeah, we're just kind of barging into people's houses. This is fine. This person's too poor to afford a chest and has a little basket with a single shirt in it. And look at this, the farmer's market. They've left all the food out. This cannot be good. I mean, for example, this garlic is just going to go bad if someone doesn't take it and store it safely in their bags. And these ribs, while juicy, would go off unless they're safely stored in a hemp satchel. Same with this lamb. Oh yeah, this too. This beef definitely needs to go into a cloth sack alongside this chicken. It's well preserved. Exactly, yes. Now that it's in a backpack. So here is... We're just kind of randomly wandering around Britain at the moment. This is fine. Might be better to do it during the day when people are actually attending their shops. But we're waiting for sort of late night to do stuff. This is the shipwright. And if we wanted to, we could actually buy a ship here. But that would be expensive. And Lord British has already told us that he'll give us one of his ships for free because we've got the expansion pack. I probably have way more food than we need at this point. I'm just hoarding it. So to get that ship, we just need to go to Vesper and pick it up. And here, actually, while we're at it, this is Jeweler, yeah. It's all coming back to me slowly. Some of the symbols, like J there, haven't used as often. But this is the jeweler's place. And as you can see, they have all sorts of nice little amulets and things, which are completely worthless to us. And a few gems, which do have some value. And 3 gold bars, which we can't get at the moment because this is locked. And I think if we break the glass counters, it spawns guards, if I'm remembering that right. So let's not do that right now. It's not as if we really need the money. We're going to get pretty rich later on. But, you know, like, robbing these places was something I used to often do just for the sake of it. Just as like a heist that you could do. Because why not? Be a virtuous avatar of virtue that breaks into places and takes their stuff. You saw a kitty around the side there. That bread smells good. And yeah, there's a baker's shop here. And you can bake bread there if you want to for a very, very small income. Oh, the kitty ran away. Yeah, kitty, 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 kitty. I mean, that's why I'm hoarding food, right? Because they keep commenting on the smell of food, and they get hungry so easily. I tell you what we could do while we're poking around late at night. Here's the Royal Museum. We've got, like, the 8 runes of the virtues. Very cool. We have a statue of Lord British, looking far more athletic and buff than he is really these days. We've got the Britannian lens and the Gargoyle lens, which for some reason isn't in the hands of the Gargish people anymore. These 2 lenses are supposed to be used and kept apart so that the humans of the surface world and the gargoyles of the subterranean world have a way to view the Codex of Ultimate Wisdom, but only if they cooperate and bring the lenses together. But now they're both in the museum. We've got a vortex cube, which makes a nice little humming sound. And, oh, here we are. We've got swamp boots once worn by the Avatar. Well, I guess that means they're mine then. Yoink. Oh, they still fit. Awesome. Who else wants swamp boots? Sentry, perhaps? Yeah, you go. And here are the Stones of Virtue, which the Avatar can use to magically mark locations of interest and then teleport to them later. Which of course means they are mine, and I want them back, please. Won't fit. Oh. We're gonna have to do more inventory management off stream. Won't fit? Oh, you're kidding me. This is torture. Spark, you are now the Runes of Virtue person. I mean the stones of whatever. Magic stones. Oh, you're kidding me. I think one of the major missions here that we're going to have to do is increase our carrying capacity, and that's where we need more serpent venom, and that's where we will want to travel to maybe Minnock, whichever it's called, and possibly even Buccaneer's Hold, but that might come later. So what time is it now? Yes, that's a pocket watch. 3:37 a.m. Perfect. The times that people in Britannia do their schedules of various things tends to lie on the boundaries of like a 3-hour chunk of time. Which means I believe this band of sellswords could go look at this house we were in earlier. Spark, put that light out, please. Won't fit. My god, just leave it on the floor. Just leave that amazing magical artifact on the floor and it's fine. Oh, no, this is the storyteller's place. Yeah, Sentry, just grab this, will you? You're the sword guy. This house. Ignore the combat music, that's just another kraken in the moat. Here we are, we're at this noblewoman's house, and there's the noblewoman we saw earlier, and here is... I'm trying to sleep! Are you really? Let's put a light on. Wake up, everyone wake up. I'm trying to sleep. Yeah, both of you wake up at the same time, please. I don't think that's required for the dialogue, but it's handy. Oh, whatever, here. You see a nobleman in his 40s who looks like either a politician or a well-dressed merchant. Avatar, I was just alerted of thy presence in this fair city. I have been expecting thee. What's your name? I'm Patterson, named after my father. He holds his hand out, shakes yours, and shakes it firmly. It is such a pleasure to meet the Avatar. And what do you do? Why, I'm the town mayor of Britain, as that is. I would have thee know that mine election was an overwhelming victory. Mine opponent never had a chance. I'm also president of the Britannian Tax Council. This is not the dialogue option I want. Maybe because that was the first time meeting him, he always does that first time one. Come on, wake up. Everybody wake up. There we go. Avatar, how art thee? Oh, thou dost know Candice, the curator at the Royal Museum? She is a brother at the Fellowship. I was, just seeing her home. And does thy wife know thou art seeing Candice home? Why, she doth not need to know. It does not matter. 'Tis nothing, really. The mayor is sweating profusely. He looks at you with beady eyes. He knows he has been found out. His body slumps. He is mortified and ashamed. Thou hast discovered our secret. Please do not tell Judith. I will end this, I swear. Candice, we must stop meeting. I'm sorry. You decide to leave Patterson and Candice to work out what has happened. And you hope that the mayor has learned something about honesty. And here's Candice. This is a bright woman who looks much younger than she actually is. Well, thy reputation precedes thee, the Avatar in person. Word has spread that thou art in Britain. Yeah, I'm the curator of the Royal Museum. I hope to see thee there when the museum is open. I spend the rest of my time working with the Fellowship. Oh, I can see that. Good day, Avatar. No, not YOLO. It can be so hard to target people with this. Yes, Avatar? Okay, you don't have anything else to comment about it. So that might have been a bit of extra XP for us, but that would be quest XP. 281. I think I got 10 XP for that. 145, 257, 210. Sentry got 10 XP for that, which suggests it's just distributed evenly and not like divided amongst us. But still, I don't expect quest XP to be worth a whole lot in this game. I think it's mostly going to be killing monsters that we have to do if we want to level up. Let me take a short break and have a drink of this lovely Taiwan banana milk that I got. Just to soothe my voice a little because of all the reading I'm doing here. And we're back. So we've done the thing with the mayor. We can pat the dogs. Hey. One thing that Serpentile gives us, and Exalt would also give us later, not that we're using it for this playthrough, is the ability to push T and just have it go immediately to a targeting cursor that pauses time. It's much easier to double-click on people then. I mean, is there any other stuff we want to rob, or should we just pass the night away? I feel like we could probably crash at Sentry's house. Yes, Shimino, you could use a little food, but unfortunately you're not getting any. We will understand why I'm so mean to Shimino. Haha. Later. There's the other trainer. So this is Sentry's house. Oh, we left the door open. Whoops. I'll just use your bed, Sentry. Everyone else, hang tight. Just watch over me while I sleep. In how many hours shall we wake thee up? Poggers. Yeah, make it a 6-hour sleep. Got a big day ahead of us. Pleasant dreams. MCZ! Hello, how are you? Good to see you. How many hours does Poppy sleep a day? Oh, I think it's somewhere around 23. 23 hours of... No, let's say 22. 22 hours of sleeping in the flan with the heated bed. 1 hour between 4 and 5 p.m. of whinging at me for dinner time, and 1 hour between midnight and 1 a.m. for the madness hour, which any cat owner is familiar with. Arise, Poggers. Time to continue the quest. I'm never going to get tired of that name. Who's this? This rando has just wandered into Sentry's house. This is a tall, skinny actor with knobbly knees. He wears a woman's wig and is dressed in drag. What's your name? The actor speaks in falsetto. I am Jesse, and I am a star. He slaps his own face and speaks in a normal register. Oops, sorry. I'm so entrenched in the role that I sometimes forget that I am not a woman. What's your job? I work at the Royal Theatre as an actor. I have played all the great roles in my career. I now have the chance to play the part of a lifetime, the Avatar. Really? I spooked Dax today, and now I've got gashes all around my jugular. Oh dear. Oh dear. It's always a little concerning when the claws come out and go immediately for the throat. Hope you're all right. The Avatar, you say? The role is very challenging. I have a plethora of lines, and I had to work with a trainer for weeks to prepare for the enormous amount of activity required. This role will make Jesse a household name. How's it challenging? It is easily the most ambitious theatrical production ever conceived. There's over 100 hours of playtime. That is a long time for an audience. It certainly is. And what about your lines? My biggest lines are name, job, bye. Bye. Goodbye. Be sure to come to the show when it opens. So that's the game's way of figuring out like how they can reuse the same NPC, given that you can choose to be a man or a woman avatar. And my phone is buzzing, but happily I'm not on call today. So someone else will deal with that. Hooray! Who's this person? You see a cute-looking woman who beams with a huge smile when she notices you looking at her. What's your name? My name is Millie, she giggles coyly. Well, what do you do? I suppose I have no job, but is that really so bad? I'm a member of the Fellowship, and I talk to people about them all day long. You talk, do you? I spend all my time trying to recruit, spread the word of the Fellowship. It is better than having a job. I learned how to do this at the meditation retreat. The meditation retreat? It is located on an island in South Britannia near Serpent's Hold. Most new Fellowship members spend some time down there learning the tenets of the group. One can also learn to hear the voice of the retreat. The voice, you say? Fellowship members have an inner voice which speaks to them. I have not heard it yet, but I'm working toward it. I may need to spend another few days at the meditation retreat in order to do so. Batlin tells me not to be discouraged, though. He says I will hear it when I have made myself worthy. All right, and we're not talking to her about the Fellowship because that's almost certainly a trap that will destroy my voice. I shall see these later, maybe even at tonight's Fellowship meeting. I think not. Oh, Sentry, you're a bit hungry? Here, let's give you some food. Let's everyone eat. And it is possible, I think, to overfeed people if they're starting to just get a little peckish and you give them a whole chicken. But, you know, like, food should be fine for now. I'm not gonna micromanage it. I'm still looking for a reason to ditch Shimino. I could use a little food. I'm sure you could, Shimino. There we are, kitty! So this game is a bit mean towards cats because when you try and pat them, here kitty kitty kitty, they run away. But notably, if Shimino is in your party, he will also say he hates cats. What an asshole. Yes, Poggers? Shimino asks. You can leave. Dost thou merely want me to wait here, or dost thou want me to go home? Go home, Shimino. I really hate to, but if thou dost insist, Shimino grudgingly gathers his belongings. No, we're keeping your belongings. Just go. We can find better party members. For example, let's find some better party members in Cove, which is usually my next stop, even though the quest doesn't really take us there. Oh, but you know what? We could do Chuckles as thing, I suppose. Since we're here, we'll go back to the castle. And we'll talk to the damn jester. You are wary of conversing with that trickster Chuckles, but decide to anyway. What's your name? I must not say... Pardon me. I must not say my name, lest I break the rule of the game. Oh, here we go. Game? Thou must play the game if thou dost want to speak with me. So here's our dialogue choice. And this is an infuriating game if you're not aware of the trick. I think back in the day, me and my sister, we just ended up brute forcing it. So our options are, I don't understand. What are the rules? I know the game. Or explain it. I know the game. Then just play it. Of what do we speak? Of what thou wouldst like. Thou. Why dost thou want to speak of me? Canst thou not think of a thing much more fun of which to speak? Food. There is good food at the pub. As for me, I like to eat on the floor of my room. Where is the Blue Boar? Thou canst get a good meal there, but I could give thee a good clue. And here's how we can possibly get a clue as to where you should go next in terms of fulfilling the plot. It's not a big clue. Clue? Art thou sure thou canst play the game? Pretty sure, yes. Then prove it. Talk to me. Hi, Chuck. Hi there. What is on thy mind? Too much. Ah, I do know what thou dost mean. Thou dost need help, yes? Yes, I do. I might could give thee a clue. I would like to give Chuckles a black eye. No, Yellow, that's not how you play the game. Chuckles has 2 syllables in it. That would be big of thee. What wilt thou give me for a clue? I shan't murder thee. My friendship, a smile, gold. A smile is just 2 syllable, was just that. How nice, all right. I shall give thee a clue. 'Tis here in this scroll. I think I could have given him gold, but there's no way. So long, my friend. Do not lose how to play the game. So the whole trick with that was just you have to speak in 1-syllable words. How to keep the avatar busy for hours looking for a clue. Please scroll forwards. How to keep the avatar very busy for hours looking for a clue. Please scroll forwards. How to keep the avatar very, very busy for hours looking for a clue. Please scroll forwards. How to keep the avatar very, very, very busy for hours looking for a clue. Please scroll forwards. How to keep the avatar so very, very incredibly busy for hours looking for a clue. Please scroll forward. How to keep the avatar so very, very, absolutely, unbelievably, and incredibly busy for hours looking for a clue. Please scroll forward. When thou art not so busy, thou shouldst seek out Margarita, the gypsy in Minnock, and have thy fortune told. Signed, Chuckles. So, I mean, that's something we probably would have come across anyway, but Margarita is the fortune teller there, and much like fortune tellers in some other games, Zelda: A Link to the Past comes to mind. You can go to her to see where you need to be on the main quest line next. But us, the main quest is not really for us. Right now we quest for all sorts of things. A few more followers would be nice. And some magical items would be even better. And ultimately, yeah, we want to go to Minnock, or Minock, whatever you call it. Because they have a bunch of Britannian Mining Corporation mines there, which means more serpent venom, which gets us closer to our goal of science. But first of all, let's take a look in this perfectly ordinary cornfield. Yep, that's a Kilrathi ship from Wing Commander, all right. Let's talk to the farmer who owns that field. Hello. No, don't stay here. You see a farmer with wild eyes widened in excitement. I'm Mac. What do you do? I'm a farmer, though most folks just call me a lunatic. A lunatic, you say? Thou dost also think so, eh? But I tell thee what I say is true. There are creatures visiting us from another place in the stars. I've seen them. Creatures? They are big, mean, ugly lion tigers. Or is that tiger lions? They are ferocious and they want to eat us. All I can say is there are certainly no such creatures in this world, nor is their ship like any that has ever been seen anywhere in Britannia. You've seen them? With mine own eyes I have seen a star creature and the inexplicable conveyance which enabled it to travel to Britannia. I swear to thee, I am completely sane. I have proof. Oh, what proof? Go and look behind my farm in the middle of the field. Take a look for thyself, and thou shalt see my proof. Yeah, we saw it. Avatar, thou hast returned, exclaimed Mac. I saw the proof. I told thee I was not a loony. Didst thou see the proof? Yes. Did I not tell thee that I am no loony? Still, my story of how I did come across this thing is beyond belief. I like to stay up late sometimes. I see bright lights flash across the sky. No one else ever pays them any mind. But one night, I see this bright light come crashing down, and it lands in my field. Bright lights. I always watch for moving bright lights in the night sky. That is part of why people in the town say I'm a loony. But is what I do so different from what they do in the orrery? After the explosion and crash, I ran out to my field. There I saw the strange machine that thou hast seen, only it was glowing hot. I was terrified, but then the top of the machine started to open. What about the machine? It resembled a bird, but it was not a bird. And it opened? I could not move from the spot as I saw the strange ship open. From out of the top came the vicious tiger lion. There was a savage hunger in its eyes. It came at me like a predator comes after prey. It was so fast that I could not even move. I thought I was going to be killed for certain. It reached me in a second. It looked into mine eyes, and then it died. What sort of hunger? In other words, it looked like it might eat me. And then it died. What it and I had failed to notice was that I was holding mine hoe. It had once been accidentally enchanted by a passing mage, and it works wondrously in the fields. I use it for everything. The tiger lion had run itself through upon it. As it died, the thing spoke. It spoke to you. It said 2 words. Kill Rathi. I do not know who this Rathi person is, or why the tiger lion wanted me to kill him. But I do know I sure get worried now whenever I see moving lights in the night sky. Kill Rathi, you say? I'm quite certain that was it, or something like that. Anyway, the tiger lion itself proved to be quite delicious. And this hoe of yours that slew the beast, what about that? I'm sure thou dost know about the plague of looniness that has come to afflict all of the mages in the world. It was several years ago that I brought my broken hoe to a mage called Mum. Fixing things was all he was good for anymore. There was also some fighter who wanted Mum to enchant his sword, turning it into the Sword of Death. It appears poor Mum got confused, and that fighter came back and killed him, because the man wound up with a sword that was only good for cutting weeds. I could never figure out exactly what happened. It appears that old Mum made mine hoe into the Hoe of Destruction. Unfortunately, the hoe is lost. Lost? Well, 'tis not really lost. It is locked up in my shed. It is the key to the shed that is lost. I think I might have accidentally used it as a fish hook when I was fishing out in the banks of Loch Lake, so now I cannot get into my shed. One would think I am a loony. Oh, that's very interesting. Oh well, pity you'll never be able to get that hoe back ever again. Bye. I thank thee for thy decency and consideration. Well, here is Mac's shed, and it is indeed locked. And in some playthroughs, what I just do is I bring a powder keg over here and explode the door. But since we would visit Loch Lake anyway, let's go there, and maybe we might be able to find the key. Oh, also, by the way, here's one of the moon gates. And we're playing, like, we're listening to the Stones tune now, which is the classic staple of the Ultima series. I'm pretty sure at one point on my old GeoCities webpage, because, of course, you know, GeoCities, as you do, I'm pretty sure I had an auto-playing MIDI of this very song, as was the style at the time. But yeah, you can see the moon gates vibrating slightly in a way that suggests it's not perfectly stable. And we could walk through here, but that would actually get us further away from where we want to be, which is Cove, right there. And that's the lake that Mac mentioned. It's just a short stroll that way. So we'll take a Moongate another day. I might want to get ready for combat, actually, now that we're away from the city. Here's the bridge. Back. Sorry, my parents came over. No worries, Empress. I'm fine just derping around here by myself. How are your parents? And here's the edge of Loch Lake. And as you can see, it is quite polluted. There's actually a little quest you can do to get the council back in Britain to sign a bill to clean up Loch Lake. But it's quite polluted at the moment, and you never actually will see it in its non-polluted state. They merely sign a bill to do the cleaning, not actually do it themselves. Typical bureaucrats. But hello, what's this? It's a dirty diaper. That's obviously disgusting, and we would never want to pick that up or touch that for any reason. But dirty diapers in this game are actually a powerful weapon, because you can throw them at enemies and the enemies will quite rightly flee in terror. And they will do this regardless of whether they are a bandit or a dragon. All bow before the might of the dirty diaper. So we will keep a few of those for later. Yeah, they're alright. She made gluten-free focaccia and was so excited she dropped some off for me to taste. Oh, that's sweet. I hope you get some closure from this gluten-free journey you're going on, Empress. Like, either, you know, you find that it is actually really helping, and okay, then you've got to sort of go like, fine, we're gonna cut out gluten now. I mean, that might be a little disappointing, but at least then you have an answer as to what's causing you some problems. Or maybe, you know, it doesn't work, but then you've narrowed down one less thing to try. That could still be fine. Yeah, and I'm just looking along the border of the lake here, because that farmer Mac mentioned he was fishing on the lake. And... too heavy. He used his key as bait. And that's the clue. There is a fish on this lake that has eaten his key. And I thought it was around there, actually. Nope, that's the swamp. Kapow. We are very interested in acquiring that farmer's hoe. And if we're going to do it on stream, we may as well do it legit and find the fish that...
You had best not do that, Avatar.
Wow, thanks, Guardian. He's accusing me of stealing by moving this dead snake body around. A few of the sound effect commands are actually Guardian voice samples, which I thought would be appropriate for playing on stream. It's like, are you lost, and things like that. And they'll work equally well for other games too. Alright. Look at the garbage this lake has around it. It's... oh, that's terrible. Let's move on. Here's a fish. It's a body. And it's empty. There's banana peels. There's another diaper. It's for you, Sentry. Oh, we can't reach it. Too far into the water. Okay. But this is annoying. Where's the fish? Where's the fish?
Fish! Today's fish is trout à la crème. Enjoy your meal.
I used to be able to spot it perfectly. Granted, that was several decades ago.
Fish! Today's fish is trout à la crème. Enjoy your meal.
It's here, I know it is. It's not some item that only appears after you've talked to the guy. And we talked to the guy anyway. Just buried under some other garbage? I'm pretty sure it was quite visible. This stream is now a hidden object game. That's a fish bone. It's a rat. Broken bottle. No, I guess it's on the other side of the river. The other side. There you go. And we have other reasons to be here in Cove anyway, and we'll get to them. Poor kitty. Oh wow, there's a mouse that ate a ring of regeneration. And a piece of cheese. We have a leeks.
What's a paladin?
Your knowledge of the land shall be great. Oh, is that another dirty diaper? That's for you, Sentry. I mean, we were using Aeolo to hold all the food, and Sentry to hold all the weapons, such as dirty diapers, so let's not get the two confused. I don't think that would be particularly sanitary. Broken chair. Mushrooms, more garbage. It's here, I know it is. Unless we're looking at, like, part of the lake that's up further north, beyond the swamp, maybe? Oh, yep, more dirty diapers. There you go. Little shit. Well, I mean, some of these are pretty big shits in these diapers that we're picking up. We're basically looking for a fish like this that says it's a body. And inside the fish is the key. Except we hit the mountains at this point. Can't go further. Maybe it was south, but like we crossed over the bridge. Yeah, it might be around here. Let's go back and have a look. My memory is not what it was. There was a time playing this game when you'd recite the item numbers for various items that you could summon via the cheat menu off by heart. And I still know that like 641 is the item number for keys and 644 is the item number for a big pile of gold. I wish RPGs had programming interfaces. You could code the avatar to pick up all rubbish and sort by value. Have you ever played Final Fantasy XII, Sonneveld? That might be up your alley. I haven't actually played it all the way through myself, and I keep meaning to pick it up for Switch sometime. But the gist of Final Fantasy XII is this gambit system they had, where you can eventually unlock slimes to death, to arms, kill them, shoot. You would acquire gambits such as, person is at low health, or use a potion, and you could combine them to say, if person is at low health, then use a potion. And that kind of does appeal to the programmer in me. Like, just of course, my other developer friend who I lived with at the time eventually managed to find a perfect place to just grind levels automatically with the right setup of gambits, where they would be battling slimes in a sewer level, and he'd set it up so that some party members would only target the small slimes or something like that. No one was targeting the big slimes. People were healing everyone else. People were picking up stuff, or however it works. And he just left the PlayStation 2 on overnight and let them grind out arbitrarily high levels and loot lots of stuff. It's fun, but I kind of think like what you describe of like fully programming your adventurer might also be fun for like a dungeon delve kind of game. There was another game, still is another game somewhere, called Ruby Warrior, which taught you Ruby by getting you to program your little warrior to go through a series of little challenges where you have to advance through a dungeon and slash at skeletons and what have you. Last time I tried to check it out, though, it had been taken down or vanished from the interwebs. I think like it was based on another game someone had made along the same concept, but they jazzed it up a bit with JavaScript and some tunes and things. So like the basic idea of it still exists, but that particular site that was very engaging doesn't exist. I can't walk out onto that floating garbage pile, can I? You know what? We've spent enough time looking through all this garbage. I'm going to move on, and we will get through that locked door by other means. Really interesting. It looks like it still exists on GitHub. Cool. That might be the fancy one with the pixel graphics and rockin' soundtrack, or it might be some other like early version where it's just like the basics idea of you program the adventurer in Ruby to learn basics of Ruby. I am a fan of Ruby. I just haven't really learned it properly to do anything real with it. I like Ruby mostly because it borrows from Perl. Here at the shrine, we have the nominal love interest of the game, Nastasia, or Nastasia? This is an attractive young woman who seems sad. I am Nastasia. What do you do? She thinks a moment. I suppose my job is to keep the Shrine of Compassion pristine, though it is not an official position. Uh-huh. The Shrine of Compassion has been here for many generations, as have all the shrines in Britannia. My great-great-grandmother Ariana made a request in her will that her family line take care of this particular shrine, thus condemning us all to basically slave labor for all eternity. Thanks, Grandma. All shrines? Many of the shrines have fallen into disuse or have been overgrown to the point of being lost. It is sad. I like the idea of Ruby, but I feel like the libraries try too much magic. Yeah, it can get like that with some languages, hey. Personally, I'm not a fan of all the @type annotations that modern enterprise Java gets. That's all weird, spooky magic at a distance. I think Python does that a bit too lately. Take care. I'm afraid that thou mightest find the other shrines in poor condition. I keep this one, well, nice. And I do it not only to keep alive my great-great-grandmother's tradition, but for other reasons too. Reasons? I'd rather not say. Please do not ask. Yeah. Okay, bye. Goodbye, poggers. So yeah, she's sort of like a love interest. It's weird. You really don't get much dialogue with her. I think she's pining after her lost beau or something, but then you find out that he's dead, and she's like, "Oh, thanks, Avatar. Do you want to hook up instead?" Not that there's any actual hooking up. It's just like a weird bit of romance that's tacked on. Python has type annotations, but I think devs prefer explicit versus magic. Yeah, it's got the type annotations, but it's also got like stuff you add on top of methods, right? To wrap methods up with other things. I don't know. All languages are fine. Even brainfuck. This is the town hall. and it's completely empty at the moment. Shall we read some of their books? Actually, shall we rummage through their desk? No money. Oh well. Let's read this book. The Summer of My Satisfaction by Plexus. The story within this novel relates the tale of good King Kettle, who rules a great land without any troubles. And that's a vial. Oh, it's just an empty vial. Must we do this? Oh, I'm sorry, Iolo, it's stealing, yeah. At some point, Iolo is just going to leave us because we've touched too many objects. This is the map. Cool, we don't need one. We are looking here in Cove for two things now, since we can't find the fish with the key. Oops, sleeping powder. That's useful. One, we go to this mage's house, Rudium, and we learn that he's quite mad, like many other mages. But it's kind of cool because he works in his workshop and he makes potions, like this pink invulnerability potion and this blue sleep potion. There's just this blue sleep potion. I mean, he hasn't made any potions yet, but he will soon. Another blue sleep potion. I mean, what? Oh, a healing potion. But let's talk to him. This elderly mage looks older and more senile than when you last saw him. That is to say, we have seen him in the previous game, 200 years ago. What's your name? That I know. My name is Rudium. What do you do? I'm not sure anymore. I was a powerful mage at one time. Now nothing works. Magic is a foul. I suppose I could sell thee some reagents and spells if thou dost want. And mind the carpet. It does not work. What carpet? The big blue carpet. It is a flying carpet. It does not work like it should. Rudium looks around and scratches his head. Funny, it was here a while ago. Oh, I remember now. Some adventurers borrowed my flying carpet a few weeks ago. When they returned, they said they had lost it near Serpent's Spine, somewhere in the vicinity of the Lost River. I suppose if thou didst want to go and find it, thou couldst keep it. It did not work very well. Perhaps thou canst make it work. I do not like the colour, anyway. So yeah, that's something we can go get. Our own flying carpet. As vehicles go, it's pretty much the ultimate. So tell me about magic not working. I do not understand what is wrong. My magic does not work so well anymore. And how about moongates? They are a nuisance, are they not? I do believe that Blackrock is the solution to the problem. I wish my mind had not lost me, or I could continue my work. Do not mention that foul mineral's name to me. It has caused me much frustration. Before my mind lost me, I was conducting experiments with the infernal material. But now I cannot for the life of me remember what it was I was trying to do. What were you trying to do? I wrote them all down in my notebook, which is somewhere around here. Thou art welcome to look at it. But stay away from that damned transmuter. It is dangerous. What transmuter? It is that wand-like thing. It was supposed to magnetize and magically transmute Blackrock, but it doth not work correctly. Oh, that's terrible. Try pointing it at a piece of Blackrock and thou see what I mean, but do not stand too close. Thou art welcome to take it if thou dost want a piece of garbage. Thanks, we might do that. I used it to record my experiments with Blackrock and the Blackrock transmuter. Yep. We could buy spells right now and reagents, but I haven't really assessed what spells we want to buy. Leaving so soon? Dearie me, I hope I remember thee if thou dost come back. We'll have a quick look at our spell book. We've got all the cantrips, which is nice. We can cast Glimmer, for instance, for a tiny bit of light, now that the light outside is fading. And we can wake people up, magically. We can teleport to Lord Butcher's castle. We can light torches remotely. It's not amazing. Douse torches remotely, even less amazing. We can make a thunderclap or fireworks. It's like, woo, yay, fireworks, woo. Does the B shortcut work in this game? It does not. That was added in Serpentile to quickly open the spellbook. A pity. Happy Light redeemed. Hydrate. Thank you for the redeem. Happy. Let's have some water. This game's going to be the end of my voice. So those are the cantrips that we can cast no matter what. First level spells, we've got a better light spell, and Cure, which I think is just Cure Poison. I don't think it's actually like Final Fantasy Cure for health.
What's a paladin?
Your knowledge of the land shall be great. We have Fire Blast, which is an offensive spell, but you know, it uses up ingredients every time you cast that, so we're probably not going to use it. We've got Heal, that's good to have. And that's it. Nothing else. So let's see what Rudium's got for sale. Because spells are a good way to sink some money into the game. Job. Spells. Dost thou wish to buy some spells? Yes. In which circle dost thou wish to study? Well, I guess we'll go through all of these just to see what he's got. Maybe off camera I'll like go through the wiki and find out which spells I want to buy from which people, because there's a lot. But let's just have a browse. Cure and Light we have already. Detect Trap could be good. Awaken All, probably not that useful. The Detect Trap spell will cost 25 gold. Agreeable? Sure. Done. Let's look at second level spells then. And I think at the moment we're going to be limited to like second or third level spells at best, just because of the avatar's level. Destroy Trap would be nice. Telekinesis is actually kind of essential for the plot in some places, so let's buy Telekinesis. I'm not going to read through all of this bartering. Great Light, that's great. Arguably much better than regular light. I think we had Fire Blast already, but sure, why not Destroy Trap too? Yep. Yep. Third level spells. So we could curse people, we already have heal. We could poison people, that's not particularly amazing. Paralyze is situationally useful, maybe? Sure. And let's have a quick look at fourth level spells, because that's where you get Mark and Recall. Yes. And Seance, which is also a plot critical spell that we need. I don't think we can actually cast these yet. But we have the money, and let's just go for it, because the money is heavy. And the spells are lightweight. Fourth. Seance. We won't need Seance for quite a while, but it's nice to have it. It's not like you can talk to the dead at any point in the game arbitrarily, it's just one particular plot point. And, like, sure, why not? Lightning might be fun too, if we eventually get enough reagents for it. Nope, all done. See ya. Leaving so soon? Dearie me, I hope I remember thee if thou dost come back. So here's the Blackrock he was talking about. We don't need to cart that around with us right now. Here's a book with his notes in it. This is quite verbose, but it talks about how he's been using this wand, and he's hoping to make the Blackrock form and shape different things. Oh, he's actually got 5 pieces, that's good. Because we need 4 for a quest later on. But if we carefully approach those bits of Blackrock over there, we can use the wand, as he suggested, on a piece of black rock to see if it does nicely make it transmutable and morphable. Nope, it explodes it. That's going to be useful later though, so I am officially yoinking that as a quest item. Let's take... I will clear this up later off screen. And he's got some leather armor, which we're not going to use. We've stolen plenty of potions. He's got a crystal ball.
Go away!
Okay, fine. And he's got a parrot too. Alright, final task here in Cove. We're going to recruit another party member. If I can find out where she is. Are they at the inn? Oh no, here he is. Here she is, the healer's place. You're surprised to see your old companion, Jana. And I will probably end up calling her Jana a lot in this playthrough, even though I suspect her actual pronunciation of her name is Yana. Like, we were kids at the time when we played this game, and we just had to kind of go with whatever pronunciation looked appropriate. Looking only slightly aged since your last visit. What's your name? Why, I'm Jana. Thou shouldst remember me. And what do you do? I've been the Cove healer for some time now, and can provide thee with mine healing services. Since magic is not reliable, I've been yearning to join a party of adventurers, wink wink, such as mine old friends. I miss the old life. Would you like to join? I'd be honored to join thee, milady. And, friends? Our old friends, Iolo, Cheminot, and Dupre. The men who conquer evil in the name of Lord British. We've got Iolo here. He looks the same to me. Perhaps he has a little more waistline before. That's to be expected if one stays away from adventuring for too long. What does that mean? Little more waistline indeed. It's nice that the characters have little bits of banter between them like this. No offense intended, Iolo. Cheminot? Oh, I would love to see him. I wonder where he might be. I abandoned him in Britain. He doesn't like cats. Dupre? Or Dupre? Or Dupre? I kind of called him Dupre a lot, I think. But I think technically he should be called Dupre. I miss having a drink or two with that rogue. Let's go find that knight. And we might just do that, but he's off drinking in a island called Jholm. And Lord British, I have not seen our liege in many years. What's up with the magic then? My magic has been affected by something in the air, but I have found that my senses are still with me. Hast thou noticed that the mages in the land are afflicted in the head? It is most disconcerting. Nevertheless, I can manage to cast a spell or two most of the time. So Jana is interesting to have in the party because she can heal people, and she will charge for the service, just like all of the other healers in the game. Unless she's in your party, where she'll try and do it for free, but the funny thing is that when she's in your party and she's doing this for free, including resurrection, like the first resurrection you get for free, and then the second resurrection you ask her for it, and she says that, oh, she has a headache and the magical energies are a bit harsh right now, can you try again later? And I always took that as like, oh yeah, you get one for free, and then after that you have to ask her to leave the party and she'll charge you for it properly and you can get that done. But I read about this, and apparently the game had a bit of a bug in it where she was supposed to recharge her magical energies. Sentry, why are you holding another sword? You don't need that many swords. Just ditch it here. You'll only need the diapers. Although actually we've just recruited Jana to the party and she's only got a dagger, so maybe... Doesn't even have a proper backpack. 100 gold coins. Thank you for your donation. Where was I? Yeah, so the bug was that you're supposed to be able to sleep in an inn, and her magical energies would then have recharged. I don't think I've tried to try that, like, and see if it works properly or not, but it's definitely something we could give a go. And yeah, there's... the fish was like, it was here or something like that. It was... there was definitely a fish with a corpse, like with a corpse ID, so that you could open it up and have a look inside. I just don't know why we're not finding it in this playthrough. I used to be able to hunt down the damn thing perfectly each time, since it was such a nice item to have around. Not the fish, but the key that's inside the fish that opens the shed door that has the weapon that we want. So okay, let's go back to Mac's shed. And we'll try and hack the door down, because that does sometimes work with these things. Spark is getting sleepy, it's past his bedtime. What time is it? 10:13 PM. Okay. So we can try and hack the door down with swords, but I don't think that will actually work. Because we need something a bit more powerful when it comes to a sturdy locked wooden door. Yep. Alright. Problem solving time. We'll go back to the castle. And we can acquire 2 items of interest. This is the... what, town hall? Yep. Hello? No. Don't tell me the game's crashed. The mouse cursor still moves. The music's still playing. That's never happened before. Granted, I used to play it on real hardware, or in Exalt. And I've played around with the DOSBox settings to try and get a smooth emulation experience. But it does appear that the game has frozen on us. And now I'm very annoyed because I haven't saved. How long have we been streaming for? 2 hours. I haven't saved 2 hours worth of stuff. The game used to be pretty rock solid on real hardware, obviously. But it looks like we're going to have to start over from where we began the day. And granted, off stream I could quickly cheat a bit and catch up to exactly all the stuff we've picked up and the people we've picked up. But that's really annoying. What the hell? Boo. Kind of makes you want to scream, doesn't it? Okay, this is fine. I mean, we have a video record of everything I've done, so I can just make sure we get the exact same equipment and everything off camera. In the meantime, I will kill DOSBox. I mean, I haven't pushed like pause or something stupid like that, have I? Kind of impossible. No. Alright. Bang. Running it again. Yeah. So I can do a bit more playthrough now from the previous save game. And then we will resynchronize the timelines off stream so that for next week we'll have all the stuff that we canonically had in that playthrough just now. Ah, that's annoying though. I hope it doesn't happen again. I might have to check the DOSBox settings. So I'll get back into the game. We'll get the hoe from Mac's shed. In fact, we can quickly grab... We'll quickly grab Sentry. Who lives above the Fellowship House. No, below the Fellowship House. No, wait, this is his house. Oi, Sentry! It's your old mate Avatar. Join us. Cool. Yeah, you can hold on to that. That. Back to the castle with us. Here is the items I was referring to. Powder kegs. Very, very useful items, and too heavy. Sentry, I thought you were a seasoned fighter who could carry anything. Okay, okay. Ditch your backpack here, please. Now you can pick it up, right? How heavy is it? 28, 16, so it's 12 stones. Which means you can't carry a second one. We want to have a second one, so Aiolo, drop your stuff here. And you hold on to that. Alright, now let's carry these 2 kegs of black powder to their destinations. Later we will be able to carry much more and maybe have one on standby. Okay, so this is the first place I'm going to dump some black powder. Why this room? That will become apparent later. But that key and another 2 keys that the person who runs the Royal Mint. The Royal Mint has 3 keys. One of them is that one that gets us in one of the doors that doesn't really have any gold in it. The other 2 are on the personhood of the person who does the exchange. So we will have to explode them, take the key, and then resurrect them at Lord British later on, so that we can properly rob the Royal Mint. And here is our alternative key for getting into the shed of Max. I hope this will work. It's possible it will not, so let's just, you know... Because sometimes I've found you need to actually have 2 explosions happen at the same time to properly bust down a door like that. No, 1 was enough here. And here we have all this nice farming equipment. We've got a shovel, got a pick, got a floor, a scythe, and the hoe of destruction. Who's getting that? I think it's going to have to go to Spark, because Spark is going to have a lot of fun with that later. Spark is going to be our main carrier and incredibly strong combatant. But not for the moment, because he hasn't had enough drugs yet. And there's some gargoyles, and one of them is rendered under a table, weirdly. Hello! You see an impressive winged gargoyle with stately demeanor. What's your name? To be known as Wislam. And what do you do? To be advisor to Lord British, and act as representative for my race here in Britain. To be honoured to be in long line of advisors to the king. To be the word for wise man. To make sure the gargoyle race is heard in the castle. To have been a long road to acceptance and integration into Britannian society. Well, it's nice that they've got representation now. I still think the whole deal with the codex lenses being in the museum is a bit insensitive. To be accepted in most places. To feel sad, however, that there are still towns that do not accept us. Vesper, for example. But our Lord and King, Drexinusum, is still alive and is doing a magnificent job. To know and tell all gargoyles who are alive. Have you heard of a Namo? Wislam listens to your story about the murders intrinsic. To be sad to hear this. To suggest that you visit Lord Drexinusum in Turfin and tell him about Inamo. He will know who Inamo's parent gargoyle is. To recommend you relay this news as soon as possible. It's an RPG, we'll get around to it. To go soon and tell Drexinusum about Inamo? Yes, we'll do it, totally. To know you are reliable. You don't know me very well, do you? Tell me about integration. To tell you that, not long after your last visit, the gargoyles settled upon Turfin, an island to the southeast, who have moved, little by little, onto the mainland. Thanks. To bid farewell. So yeah, one of the other themes in Ultima VII is what happens to all the gargoyles and how they can possibly integrate into the rest of Britannian society, and there's a lot of fantasy racism that goes on, especially around Vesper and the way the gargoyles are used for the mining there. It's stuff, you know. It's an attempt to think about the consequences of previous Avatar visits where the gargoyles have just been this monstrous race where you slaughter them and genocide their race. A winged gargoyle looks at you with interest and obvious intelligence. To welcome thee to Britain, Avatar. What's your name? To be called Inwisloculum. Inwisloculum? To mean interpreter in your language. To be indeed an interpreter in my homeland. To be now on the Great Council to serve our most noble ruler, Lord British. To be honoured as one of the 2 gargoyles on the council. That's great. It's a great council. To create the laws of the land, and to inform you that my colleague, Miranda, can tell you more of what we are doing now. It would be unfortunate that most of the council is away now. Where are they? To be on holiday at the moment, to have only Miranda and myself present to enact this new law. What new law? To ask Miranda about it, for she knows more than I. Okay. Seems to me that if you're on the council, you should know at least what the general gist of the law is, but alright. And they have a locked chest there, which I think we could probably pick, but maybe we won't do that while they're standing right there. And I'm not sure, maybe people with headphones can just hear a very subtle hum from the Hoe of Destruction. We're keeping that weapon. That weapon is a very nice weapon. There's only a few that are stronger than it. Town Hall, yep. And it seems like it's getting dark again. Although there's a bunch of stuff we haven't done, and we don't have a pocket watch anymore, so I don't know exactly how late it is. Yay. But what say we rob the mint? That sounds like a productive way to spend an evening. And then maybe next stream we can go off to Minnock or Minnock, however you want to call it. And we'll do more of the main quest there, and we'll get to meet the gypsies and the people in the town and more fellowship stuff. And there's a whole plot line there about a boat. And of course there's the mines where we might acquire more silver serpent venom, which is very useful stuff. Okay, screw it. I'm gonna find Shimino and just grab the pocket watch off him, because it's too useful not to have. And I would do that off stream anyway to just kind of reset us to where we're supposed to be. Where are you? There. Yeah, blah blah blah. Join. Cool. What are you doing? Tell me about Britain. Pocket watch. Thank you, bye. Oh, and please give us, let's just say all of your stuff, because Sentry's missing his backpack right now, and I should have gone back to get that. And, yes, Poggers, Shimino asks. Thank you, that's good, bye. So before I forget that I left people's backpacks on the castle walls, let's go get those. It's a good thing no one else in the game world is capable of thieving stuff that they find lying around. So YOLO, this was your food bag. And Sentry, this was your bag, which we'll give to Jana. And for the moment here, have some cash and a second sword. Who's going to carry that? Spark? No, everyone has stuff. Okay, okay. This is solvable. There. How old is this game? This one's from 1992, Empress. Or maybe 93? I'm pretty sure it's 92. And it was pretty technically advanced for its time. Other role-playing games, and indeed Ultima VI that came before this, tended to be like square-based, turn-based affairs. I was 1 at the time this game was released. You was baby. No, that's not food. Here. Food for the people. Again, one of the nice little quality of life things that I miss from Serpentile and Exalt is having the ability to just press F on your keyboard and automatically feed people. Little bib, yeah. Avatar, they're doing a play about thee. We already encountered that in the other timeline. It's fine. Okay, so aside from other stuff we need to do to fix up everything we've done in the last 2 hours, how should we wind up the stream here? We want to rob the Royal Mint. It's getting late. There's a solitary guard out here, and you can see there's guards in there. But the interesting thing about the way we rob the Royal Mint is we use the keys, and no one seems to care that we're in there stealing stuff. All we need to do is get the keys, and Cynthia here is the person who runs the mint. You see a helpful and efficient young-looking woman. What's your name? My name is Cynthia. What do you do? I'm the teller at the mint. I'm also a member of the Britannian Tax Council. Tell me about the mint. Here at the mint we store gold, oversee production of coins, and keep an accurate count of how much money the kingdom has available for such things as farming, building the roads, developing sources of fresh water, seeing to the health of the citizenry, maintaining the estates of nobles, raising the guard militia, and carrying out the decrees of Lord British. Wow, that sure is a lot of stuff. Tell me about money. In order to keep the standard of money constant, we also operate as an exchange for those who possess quantities of gold. We supply the equivalent value of their gold in spendable coin of the realm, and then transform the gold we receive into more money. So, as thou can see, it's a very efficient system. Can we do an exchange? Please come to the mint during regular daytime hours. I'll do that. I'll do that later. Bye! Good day, milady. So we'll just hang out in your sitting room for a bit here, I guess. Maybe cast a little light spell so people can see what's going on. And, you know, we'll just wait for her to go to bed, which might be a while, actually. I'm surprised she doesn't have any light sources in her house. And a chest of drawers. Oh wait, she has a light on the stand here. Okay, so we'll just hang out in your bedroom. It's fine. You don't mind us watching, right? We got the pocket watch, so what time is it? 10:19 p.m. Maybe I'll just bump up the game speed a little bit here. .30 p.m. I mean, she might end up going to bed at midnight, which is going to be annoying to wait for. But there's not too much else I want to do for the end of this stream, considering that the damn game crashed on us and it's kind of spoiled my my rhythm, you know? I suppose what I should do is set up a dedicated Poppy Cam screen that has the game in a little tiny corner. You can watch Poppy sleeping. Yeah, we see you. We see you. Time is it now? 11:11 p.m. Okay, not too much longer. I suppose what I could do is introduce you to the some of the cheating systems of the game. If we press F2, we can push N to see the number ID of NPCs. There's the avatar, 0. Spark is 2. Yellow is 1. And Sentry is 7. And Cynthia there is number 42. So now that we do that, well, now that we know that, we can check the business schedule of NPC number 42. And we can see that, yep, she goes to bed at 12 a.m. She does loitering and desk work, presumably around the Mint, at 9 a.m. And she clocks off at 6 p.m. to eat at the inn before, yep, she's loitering at home between 9 and 12. And you can actually use this to change the schedules of NPCs. And as you know, like me and my sister used to love building houses or moving into other houses and what have you. This was a more pacifist way to evict people than just murdering them. You could forcibly change their schedules so that they no longer lived at that house and they lived somewhere else. Or if you felt like you needed some staff, you could bring some NPC in to work at your house and bake bread if you liked, or something like that. Oh, and they've gone to bed. How nice. Let's pull the game speed down. And I'll leave you two in peace. It's fine. We're going now. Bye. We're going. It's fine. You can go back to bed. I'll just save for some reason. Taking longer now that I turned the game speed down. It's fine, Cynthia. Go to bed. We'll be leaving now. They do get really upset with you when you wake them from sleep by standing over them in their own bedroom. Kind of crazy. You want to go back to bed now? You want to go to sleep? It's fine. We're not going to disturb you anymore. You'll sleep like the dead. Oh, come on, don't do this to me, game. There you go. Off to bed with you. What are they doing here? Well, I think that's fine. As long as you're caught in the blast, it's probably fine. Try this. Oh, I'm too far away to activate the powder keg? Okay, he's not going to get injured now, but his wife should be. Can I not double-click it because she's on the sheets and the game thinks... Oh, jeez. You screwed up. There we go. Oh no, a terrible explosion has happened. My dude, your wife, she's dead in the bed there. You see a sour-faced innkeeper who looks at you as if all the problems were your fault. Well, they kind of are at the moment, honestly. We detonated an explosion in his bedroom. What's your name? My name's James. Hi, James. I'm glad we didn't kill you now. I'm the proprietor of the inn. A proprietor? It is just another way of saying that I'm the man who is at the desk clerk. Which thou mayest think is an easy job, although it's not, I can assure thee. A desk clerk? Of course, being desk clerk is not all I do. I must spend all day listening to people talk about their problems as I'm supposed to solve them. And you run the inn, do you? This place is called the Wayfarer's Inn. It's a long and substantial history in Britain. This is not the Wayfarer's Inn, this is his house. The Wayfarer's Inn is elsewhere in the city. If thy grandparents ever came to town, this is probably where they stayed. Yes, well, I'm here to solve the problem of your wife's unexpected explosion. Maybe solving people's problems is an easy task for other innkeepers, but not only am I bad at it, I have my own problems as well. Yes, the bloody corpse of your wife there in the bed with you there. What sort of problems? I do not like my job. I never wanted to be an innkeeper. I just wanted to keep the place going after my father passed on. Now that I'm married to Cynthia, I'm more tied down than ever. Well, I have solved that problem for you. That is not a problem anymore. Tell me about Cynthia. Do not mistake my words, my lady. I love Cynthia with all mine heart. Awkward. But there are times I feel I'm too young to be married. Besides, I know I cannot be a good husband for her. Good husband. How can I make Cynthia happy on the pittance an innkeeper makes, when all day long she is counting all that money in the mint? I know I cannot. Maybe she's happy as she is. Already I can sense she is worried about our marriage. I know that there is something wrong between us. Well, yeah, I mean, she's kind of dead. And the mint? I know the nature of the heart, my good friend. After being exposed to such large sums of money, she shall begin to covet it. Yeah, women, am I right? Like, you expose them to large amounts of gold coins, then that's all they're going to think about. James. Now, Empress, when you're yelling at James there, I assume you're yelling at the NPC called James, right? And not this James. This James is fine. As I cannot provide it, she shall leave me to give her heart to a wealthy man, perhaps a merchant or a nobleman. The thought of it makes my blood boil. Cool. Oh, thou shalt just come back again, wanting something else from me. I just know it. Unlikely, but yeah. Let's investigate the sudden, unexpected explosion of Cynthia here. She actually has 3 keys on her. One of them is just a copy of that key that we could have grabbed already. So yeah, yoink. 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 I guess I'll call the guards for you. See you, bye. You, James, just spitting facts, though. Hey, Cyclone, welcome back. Oh, there's 2 Kraken here. Let's just give him a good killing. Alright, now we stealthily approach the mint. Open the door. The guard is none the wiser. And here is our first obstacle, a locked door. We have 3 keys, and this one opens it. Aha! Now there's a guard in there, patrolling, and a bunch of money on the desk, which we can just go yoink. Yoink. This scroll is from the desk of Lord British, that's all it says. And there's a little blotter there, that's fine, okay. Open this door, say hi to the guard, hello. Obviously we have right to be here because we have the key. There's a singular gold piece there. 50 gold coins there. More random stationery. And another locked door with a guard inside. Ho ho. But we have the keys, which obviously means that we're supposed to be in here. Hi, guard, how are you? We let you out. We've saved you from certain starvation. You're surely very grateful to us, right? Grateful enough to maybe look the other way while... whoop. Grab all of these. Let's close the door there. Here's a bag with some gold nuggets. More gold nuggets. More coins. Nuggets. Nuggets are only worth like 10 gold each. They're not actually that amazing. And these aren't even full piles of gold. 72 there. And it's too heavy for Sentry. Okay. We are definitely gonna need to figure out carrying capacity. Maybe... oh, of course, we don't have Jana in the party this time, so I guess we would have an extra... oh, hi, guard. Yep, I'm just inspecting all the gold. We are supposed to be here. It's gold inspector. You know, you can't do gold inspection during normal business hours. Yoink, and yoink. And yoink, and yoink. Yes. Okay, that's that sorted. And finally we have this back room here, which I think was the grey key. Oh, and these chests are locked. Okay. Got a bit of gold. Which key is it for the chests, or are they just something you have to lockpick? Not that key. Not that key. Not that key either, so I guess we've got to lockpick them. Pick broke. Pick broke. Another pick broke. I'm getting a lot of alerts on my phone. Is the app on fire? No. People are acknowledging it. It's fine. Lockpick. Pick broke. We probably should... Ah, unlocked. Excellent. We should probably prioritize going to a particular location by sea, because there's a particular key that will act as basically a skeleton key for anything that's... any chest that doesn't have a specific key for it. Can we open this without breaking all of our picks? We can. And can we actually carry all of this stuff out with us? We can. Amazing. The thing is, I don't know if a gold bar weighs any less than 100 gold coins, which is what it's worth. Like, so we may as well hold them in bar form at the moment and exchange them when we get round to it. Ah, but how are we going to exchange the coin, or the gold bars into coins, if we have brutally murdered the one NPC in the world that will exchange the money for us? Well, actually, let's leave that door open. It's too annoying to open each time. That's where we're going to request Lord British's help. See, we could pay a healer to resurrect someone for us for money, but why do that when we are personal friends with the ruler of the realm, Lord British? Won't fit. Oh, of course not. Ruler of the realm, Lord British, who is also a fantastically powerful spellcaster. I think I'm going to leave my stuff here. And we'll go get Cynthia. I was going to say, what about a fence to fence the gold? Yeah, there's really nothing like that in any of the Ultima games, I think. It's kind of assumed that you've acquired this solid gold bar legally from a dungeon or wherever. And we just need to go take it to the bank to exchange it, basically. Don't worry, James. I'll sort out your wife issues right now. Let's turn some of these lights on. Too advanced? I don't know, it's not fitting with the theme. You're supposed to be, even though you don't generally play them as such, you're supposed to be an avatar of virtue. And so, in theory, everything you're doing is above board, and you're not actually stealing stuff from people, so you don't need a fence to fence it. It's not quite like Skyrim, where you're assumed to be a criminal caught crossing the border. So we'll just leave Cynthia there. And we need to wait until morning, I guess. There's our good friend Lord British. He won't object to us sleeping in his bed. In how many hours shall we wake thee up, boggers? Yeah, let's get a good solid 8 hours sleep, I think. Pleasant dreams. Arise, poggers! Time to continue the quest. Alright, Lord British is not on his throne. Let's bump up the frames because Castle Britannia is very laggy with all of the walls and things that they've got here. Back in the day, I've experienced several bugs with this game where basically because we duplicated items so much and we earned so much gold and we generated more items than the game could handle, the entirety of Castle Britain would generally tend to disappear. Like, the game just couldn't load all of these walls and things anymore. It was the weirdest thing ever. And it basically just chose Britain, I think, because A, it's got the most stuff, and B, I think the game coordinates kind of center around this area. Yo, LB. Yes, Poggers? Lord Richard asks. Can you heal? I can still heal, cure poison, and sometimes resurrect. Art thou in need of one of these? Yes. Of which service dost thou need? Resurrect? I do apologize, Poggers, but I don't see anyone who must be resurrected. I must be able to see the body. If thou art carrying thine unlucky companion, please lay them on the ground. Cool. Goodbye, Poggers. Do come back soon. Yep. Here we go. Come along, Cynthia. She fell down some stairs. Yes, Poggers? Lord Richard asks. Heal. Yes. Resurrect. Indeed, this person's body is badly wounded. I will attempt to return them to health. Of course, it will never cost thee anything to use mine healing services. Breath doth return to the body. Thy comrade is alive. Done. Thank you. Bye. Goodbye. Poggers. Do come back soon. How may I help thee? Asks Cynthia. Let's talk about James. James is my husband, and I'm very worried about him. I know he's feeling very unhappy lately, and he dislikes his job. If thou dost speak to him, please tell him that even though we have not been speaking very much lately, that I'm still thinking of him, and that I still care about him. Cool. Could you exchange some gold? Please come to the mint during our game. Good day, milady. So, as is common in many RPGs, we can basically do marriage counseling services for people. They could just talk to each other, but no, they need a virtuous hero of legend to do it for them. James is, of course, not home. He is at the inn. So let's fix up their marriage. This is the inn. There's no back door. Yo, James. Let me check it on. Poggers has 271 XP. Yolo has 328. Spark 157. Sentry 222. What must I do for thee now, my lady? Asks James. Cynthia said. You repeat the words that Cynthia said to you about him. A smile comes across his face. Aw, who wants to be a pirate anyway? I would hate that. With that, he goes back to wiping the bar, but you notice that his smile is still there. Cynthia said, You repeat the words blah blah blah. I wonder if I can abuse this and just earn quest XP repeatedly. Probably not. Bye. Oh, thou shalt just come back again wanting something else from me. I just know it. Oh, I still have only 271 quest XP, so that wasn't even a quest worthy of experience. Huh. Why bother fixing people's relationships if you can't get magical power out of it? So a mediator. Yeah. Let's see if she's back at the mint now. She is. How may I help thee? Asks Cynthia. We talked to James. James is my husband, blah 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 blah. Okay, so that's the end of that. Let's exchange. Dost thou have some gold that thou wouldst like to exchange? Yes. I have a lot of unmarked gold bars. Don't look very closely. There's no markings on it that says property of Royal Mint or anything. Just exchange them for me, please. We can exchange thy gold nuggets and bars into spendable coin for thee. I'll give thee 10 gold coins for each gold nugget and 100 gold coins for each gold bar. And here are 2,050 gold coins for thee in return, milady. I thank thee for thy business. Ka-ching! score. There's 35 there, but totally we have... I'm sorry, what? The abacus says party gold 1,866. It would be funny if they gave you a quest to find the thief of gold bars. That would be hilarious, Cyclone. We've still got this box of gold here, but if she's given us 2,000, why is our current total less than 2,000, is what I'm thinking. We gave YOLO a bunch there, and that's turned into gold coins. Spark was carrying a few, and that's... Entry? Where's my money? If you're telling me you're giving me 2,000, where did it go? Or did they identify it as their own and decide to just subtract that? No, that's not how it works. We've done this before. Why is my gold not here? Well, maybe I'll figure that out off stream as well. Would it have went to 0-0 in the game? No. In some cases they would say, oh, I can't give that to you right now. Or they'll place it at my feet, which is why I moved around a bit to see if it was on the floor now. Like, they do have some provision for, like, trying to give you an item but you're over encumbered or you can't hold it. Try exchange again, yes. I see that has no nuggets or bars of gold. Yeah, definitely something to try again off screen. But we've been going for nearly 3 hours now, and guess what I'm doing, James? Ooh, I don't know. Cleaning up my OBS. Oh, wow. That's a big job. Good luck with that. Like, you had a lot of scenes and sources and things. But they've been acting up on you, so I can see why you'd want to clean it. What are the chances that you'll fuck something up? 10 out of 10. Yeah, I mean, it's tricky, the old OBS. But I have full confidence that you'll get something out of it. There's Rig, playing Thief. Taxi is playing VR chat? Back to my mic is playing Limbo of the Lost. You got 2 DLCs for Hugs Flapper too, nice. Taxi is full body 3D, it is wild. Let's have a look then. Because she's got the VTuber avatar, and she's got like several like 2D VTuber avatars, but now she's like full on 3D, is it? Oh, I have adverts. Let's go to the Just Catting screen while we wait for James to pick something. But yeah, basically, I think we'll call it there for now. And my throat has had enough of reading all of this quest NPC text out loud. Off stream, I will fix things up to where we should be with regard to the crash. And yeah, cool, VR chat with like actual VR Taxi. Let's go say hi to Taxi. That'll be nice. Also, MZZ, don't think you can just sneak in here without a shout out. Everyone should check out MZZ and all of the other people in the stream because you are all very cool people. And And along with Sonneveld, this weekend on the G-Funks stream, she'll be doing a keen race, which I am keen for. So that'll be fun. Let's head off to Taximals. Ooh, let me think. Raid messages. I mean, I usually just completely space out when it comes to raid messages. Yeah, you see, this is the problem, right? Like, I'm raiding at the end of my streams. I'm ending my streams because I'm tired and feeling a bit out of it and, like, can't do brain stuff anymore. So how can I possibly do enough brain stuff to come up with a clever, witty, punchy raid message? Has anyone got any suggestions? Maybe... yeah, custom messages. Maybe do something like what's free emotes that people would have access to? Come on, emote, pick her load for me, please. Giant pussy raid. Maybe not that. Maybe not. And my emote picker is lagging out. One line ASCII cat art. Hang on. I'm thinking. Yeah, my brain is also very fried. Sames. Just do like boop 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 boop. Try that. Or whatever else you want to say. Like, I'm not fussy. Thank you so much, everyone, for stopping by. I do appreciate you all. I'm still hyped up for playing this game on stream, and we're going to continue playing it for some time, because we're not rushing to the end or anything. We are, we're going to take our sweet time and explore Britannia a bit. So, we'll be playing this for some time. And actually, oh, MZZ, that little ASCII Unicode cat art is quite nice as well. So, yeah. Go nuts, people. I can't spell raid. I should go to sleep. I will see you next time. Don't forget all of the fun retro streamers are doing things this weekend. And take care, everyone. Bye-bye. No, that's the... yep, there. Uh-huh.